Brian wants to know, do you think we will hear John Williams' iconic score in Jurassic World, and will another JW ever come along?
Well, here's John Williams. The funny thing is, J.J. Abrams, Michael Giacchino, thank you very much. Giacchino, who is normally J.J. Abrams' composer,
who's amazing,
got kind of taken off Star Wars. He was never on it, but got removed from Star Wars, even though J.J. was doing it, and John Williams is doing it to the glee of us all.
Yeah.
But now that same Giacchino is actually, he's composing Jurassic World. I believe you will absolutely hear that score, and I believe Giacchino, because he's an Emmy-winning composer. He's great. I believe what you'll hear throughout the film is probably several variations of that same score, but I do believe at some point, probably off the bat, you'll hear that iconic score. Any other thoughts?
I think so too, because Colin Trevorrow said they're kind of going back to what was built originally.
Yes,
so I think they're going to give a couple nods, and Giacchino's a student of Williams, so yeah, I do think we'll hear a little bit of it.
Yeah, and as iconic as Jurassic Park is, Star Wars is that much more, so they needed to get John Williams back for that. But Giacchino is more than capable, as you just brought up. He scored Apes, which was really, really well done. The tension was perfectly timed. So yeah, I think it will happen.
Based on everything that they've been saying, it seems as though they are returning back to everything that made us love Jurassic Park back in '91. So I think that homage is what we're going to see.
It's such a classic score.
All right, what's next?
Chris Marabella wants to know, could we see a Darkman reboot?
It's possible. Darkman's a really cool thing, and I mean, no, you wouldn't get Liam Neeson coming back for that, which is
but what if?
But I mean, there are absolutely. I mean, there's a little bit of Darkman in Kick-Ass too, because you remember Kick-Ass gets hit by the car. Oh, it killed his nerve endings. He doesn't feel pain like everybody else. Well, that was like Darkman to the nth degree. Look, it's a semi-recognizable IP. It's something they could probably put together without too much effort. I would be surprised if within the next 5 years we didn't see another Darkman.
You know, it depends on how certain similar properties do. So it's like Ant-Man, off the beaten path, and Guardians of the Galaxy, also irreverent and weird. Not the same as Darkman, but kind of in the same neighborhood.
It always scares me though when movies like this have gone so many direct-to-DVD routes. Like there's like Darkman 4, 5, 6 already. It's hard to reboot a franchise like that. It's not to say they can't do it, but for me, it's just like they've done so many stinky ones already. I don't want to.
Darkman goes to Malibu.
It's kind of like they did. Well, actually, that sounds kind of fun. It's kind of what they did with Dumb and Dumber.
Are totally organic this time.
They're living bandages.
He hates granola and drives a hybrid too.
Granola and drives a hybrid.
But it's kind of what they did with Dumb and Dumber. How it was the fake sequel, you know, like they came after. It wasn't really the same people, and like then it finally came out, and like sure, some of us are excited about it, but I agree. It's like if you do so many of it, it kind of loses the magic of it. Even if you do it right, I'm just kind of like,
it's like Crow.
I was exactly about to say the one thing you could do is you could reboot this thing and go a little bit, because there's a bit of Crow in it, in the sense of this wrong man who basically gets sort of killed in many ways, now just out for bloodthirsty revenge sort of thing. I mean, there's an element to that, and you could really go that way.
Get Denzel, we're good to go.
Take the elephant.
What's next?
Hector J wants to know, with Apocalypse being the next X-Men villain, how much of a challenge do you think he'll be?
He's the challenge.
Yeah.
He's like, Apocalypse.
It's not just a clever name, you guys.
No. And his 4 horsemen, great. He's got great marketing people. Apocalypse has got great marketing. You know what I need? 4 horsemen. And he gets out 4. No, he's going to be the challenge. The big question you go is, and it's fine. I mean, we're now 15 years into the X-Men franchise. At some point, you got to bring in Apocalypse. Now, the challenge that we always say, you can't bring in Darkseid or Doomsday into your first Superman movie, because then where do you go from there? We're 15 movies in, or 15 years into X-Men, you can bring in Apocalypse now. It does present a challenge about, okay, what do you do after Apocalypse? You can't kill him in this movie, because I think you're going to need him for a couple of films. But yeah, he's the challenge.
Let's just say there's a reason they announced it the way they did, and he's in the title of the film. That's not with X-Men, you know? Like, he is the villain. Like, it's on, basically.
I'm not going to worry about what comes after. I'm just going to get really, really excited, because it looks like Bryan Singer is going to, I mean, he's going to come back. He's not completely confirmed yet, but
he's tweeting
out his thing.
It's not done till the contracts are signed, you guys. But I thought the last one was so exceptional, and what he pulled off, it was such a nice, like, hey, remember Brett Ratner?
Nope.
Me either. I'm excited.
What are you talking about? Hercules is coming out. Well, okay, anyway.
I'm
actually excited for Hercules. I am.
Yeah.
It's just
it will be a
looks
good
iffy.
opportunity to retire some of the characters as well, if that's the direction they're going, because it's Apocalypse.
Yeah, you got to
so.
make Apocalypse the ultimate villain.
Exactly.
John made the point. 15 movies in. Let's do it. Let's have someone that just comes in like, whoa, we've seen nothing like this guy before. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, let's get 2 more quick ones.
Connor Murray wants to know, what is your favorite movie adaptation of a Stephen King novel?
Golly. Carrie is so good.
I don't know how you go past that.
Can I go short story and say
Sure,
and say Shawshank Redemption?
Well, the Shawshank Redemption is
fantastic.
also the Green Mile. Was a really I think that's an underappreciated film. I think that's really special. It's no Shawshank Redemption.
Now you're obviously talking about the original Carrie, right?
Yes, I am talking about the
Let's
original.
not talk
Carrie.
about
What?
the remake.
What are you talking about? You're not talking crap
Right,
about last
I
year's
love
Carrie,
it.
are you?
And didn't he hated The Shining? He hated the version of it, but
It's still a great
It's super
I love it.
iconic.
Yeah. I'm going to go with you, Shawshank, because Shawshank is like in my top 3 all-time favorite films ever made. So
I'm still going to stick with Carrie, and I am going to give everybody advice that if you want to totally change how you look at Carrie, turn it off when she's slow dancing with Tommy, and it's actually a really beautiful, happy film.
and it's an ending. It's a beautiful ending.
The power of music.
All right, one last one.
Eris P wants to know, do you guys think Evan Peters' Quicksilver will become the new face of X-Men when Hugh Jackman stops playing Wolverine?
No. Don't get me wrong. He was wonderful in X-Men Days of Future Past. But that's the thing. He was wonderful because of also how they used the character. They used him perfectly. I don't think that's a character you take and make the face of a franchise. Then it grows old. He's perfect in certain bite sizes, and I think if they continue to use him as a really good, strong supporting character, they'll be golden. But as the new face,
He's also not a leader. I mean,
No, he's not.
And that's the whole thing. I think the better question is, who's going to be the better Quicksilver? The one that we saw in X-Men or Whedon's? I mean, I think it's just we all saw all the material surrounding it, and I was like, oh god, this is going to be awful. And he stole every scene he was in, but he's not a leader like Wolverine. He doesn't have that gruff kind of mysterious way about him. He follows directions. So
God, it's exactly the kind of thing that Hollywood loves to just put in the wrong amount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, he's so irreverent. Everybody loved it. Let's give him his own movie.
It's like
that
cinnamon.
doesn't
He's like
happen.
cinnamon, right? You put a little bit of cinnamon on something, and it tastes awesome. Now go on YouTube and look up the Cinnamon Challenge.
Yeah.
Just put pure cinnamon on a teaspoon and try to take it on its
But
own.
that's it.
You barf.
But there is
Fun
one.
fact, Cinnamon and Quicksilver, top 2 stripper names.
Yeah, that's great. But one of the things that to be fair though, we got him in short doses, but people did love him. I am not opposed to seeing a lot more
Me
Oh,
of
too.
him
Yeah.
in another movie and develop because his
But in a supporting role.
right? But I also want to know what's going to happen with that Magneto storyline with him. So there's
Yeah,
more
me
stuff
too.
for him to do. Leading, not yet, but it's not to say in a couple years maybe we do get a standalone film from him.
If they develop him into
Correct.
that. Because don't forget, Fassbender is also confirmed. Fassbender himself said at the junket, Quicksilver is Magneto's kid
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
movie universe. So it's
and
like
they teased it, and that was the
they
best.
teased it
part
in the
ever
movie. It's
film.
funny. My mom dated a guy who could do that. Wah, wah.
They're both super
So-
sarcastic when you draw the comparisons. They do have a.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.